Hey guys, it's Ashton. My life has been absolutely hectic, crazy, mentally busy as of the last few months, and this is because I have now finished my first year of my mental health nursing degree. I think I've briefly mentioned this on my channel, and I am now officially 1 year into my nursing degree, and I've just started my second year. So I thought I would talk about a bit what is consuming my life so much at the moment. So I study mental health nursing at the University of South Wales. My course consists of 50% theory and 50% placements. So basically I do 3 placements in a year. I started my training just as COVID hit, so a lot of things are very different to how other people would usually do this kind of course. All of my theory has been online for the last year. So all my lectures are in the house online, usually lives, and I've been into uni a handful of times to learn clinical skills. So these clinical skills days included things like learning how to give an injection, CPR, manual handling, blood pressures, OBS machines, all that kind of basic stuff. So going into my degree, I had absolutely zero healthcare experience. I had never been on a ward before, I had never worked in care, nothing, zilch, zero. I had very much zero experience in any of this kind of stuff. So I started theory in April, and I didn't actually go out on placement until September, I want to say, because of COVID. They pushed it back and we had more theory and all of that kind of stuff. So my first placement was on a dementia ward near me. So this ward I spent 10 weeks on. It was kind of like end stages of dementia where they were either going to be staying in hospital for a while, or they were going to be transferred to like a care home that specialises in dementia and all that kind of stuff. Usually with your first placement as a trainee mental health nurse, they kind of put you into older adult care, which is known as EMI usually. So the first placement usually consists of EMI to get your skills where they need to be, to learn how to do personal care, just generally like health care support worker stuff, like how to look after someone, do a bed, feed someone, all of that kind of stuff, just to get you to basics. I remember going into my clinical skills day before placement and absolutely thinking I have zero idea what I'm doing. I was struggling how to use an OBS machine, I was struggling with manual handling, I was struggling like writing down on a news chart and all stuff like that. And I thought, bloody hell, I am like so out of my depth. So my first day on placement, I was bricking it. I went in, and the first thing they kind of asked me to do was, can you feed this patient porridge? And I was thinking, oh my god, I've never fed a person in my life. How, like, I could feed a baby. I've never fed an adult human. I do not know what I'm doing. And I think I must have looked a bit like, oh my god, because one of the other students said, oh, I'll come and show you how to do it, which was great. I'm so lucky on that placement because all the staff were absolutely amazing, including the nurses and the healthcare workers, and there was also like 3 third-year students there, and they literally took me under their wings. They were amazing, and they showed me exactly what they were kind of doing. So I was doing kind of like third-year stuff in year 1, so I had a lot of responsibility. It was really cool. I think I had like 12 patients who I spent 10 weeks with and made relationships with, and we just had like our daily routine. I did like medication rounds, I did like some paperwork, I talked to relatives on the phone, you know, interacted with patients, fed patients, did personal care with patients, so like bath them, dress them, toilet them, all of that kind of stuff. And before I went into this placement, I was so afraid of personal care, okay? I never like wiped a bum or anything like that in my life. I've never even like changed a nappy, right? So I was like, oh my god. And I thought it was going to be horrific. But I found out that when these people are so vulnerable and can't do it themselves, your instinct just takes over. Like, it just completely goes out your head. You know you just got to do it, and you kind of get used to it. It's nothing to me now, kind of thing. So that placement was really, really good. I really enjoyed that placement. I really loved all my patients and bonded with them. And I had a lot of good feedback from the staff that worked there. I had the attitude of, I'm going to look after these patients like I would want my relatives to be looked after. Dementia is such a horrible disease. It is horrific, and I wouldn't wish that upon anybody. So I kind of tried to make the best out of the situation for my patients. We played games. I'll cut all the old men's hair every week, give them a little fade, and just do little things like that. I painted some ladies' nails, and I did like nurse stuff as well. I did like some injections. I'd give like an IM injection. I did insulin injections. You know, I did quite a lot on that ward, and I got a lot of my books signed off that I need to get signed off. So that was my first placement. And then I went on my second placement just after Christmas, I think in January. And this placement was a crisis team. And this was somewhere I really, really, really wanted to go, because if you watch my kind of mental healthy videos, I've actually seen a crisis team and I know what it's like to be in a crisis. And I was actually going back to the crisis team that I saw, the exact team, and I was like, oh my god, I've just full circled this. I'm going back as a nurse. So I was there for like, I think 6 or 8 weeks, and I loved it. It was amazing. Oh, it was so cool because you got to see different people every day and different like kind of illnesses and different levels of illness, and it was just so varied. It was brilliant. Like, it was a lot of like sit down in the office kind of thing, and then you do an assessment, then you do a write-up. So I really learned how to do like risk assessments. I would do like a full mental health assessment, and you just learn ways on how to speak to people and like gather information from people, and then you have to formulate a risk formulation for that person kind of thing. And I really, really enjoyed that, and I got to work with some amazing people on that team. And literally the guy I saw when I went to the crisis team, and I told him like, I literally saw you, and he's great, and like he gave me his phone number and everything, like we were buddies now. So that was immense. So I loved that. So then my third and final placement for my first year was on an acute psychiatric ward. So this is from aged 18 up, for just general mental health problems. So anything like depression, schizophrenia, suicidal, bipolar, personality disorders, you name it, it's kind of there. So this is again 12-bed ward, and this was a very short placement. It was a month, which was quite disappointing because I thought, oh, I wouldn't really be able to bond with people in a month, like the patients or the people I would work with. But it was like my favourite placement so far, like 100%. This ward was so welcoming, and the staff were welcoming, and the patients were great, and it was nice to be on a ward where like patients kind of like would remember you and know who you were, compared to the dementia ward where only one guy knew my name. But I made relationships with my patients really quick, and I was on a placement with another boy in my cohort, and they loved us. Like, I don't know, we would just do stuff with the patients. We played pool, we played games, and I had so many compliments from the patients on this ward saying how I was going to be a brilliant nurse, and I was really caring, and I just like had something about me. I feel quite emotional talking about that, because mental health nursing was something I didn't plan on going into. I kind of just fell into it, and it's one of the best decisions like I've made. And knowing people are nursing feel like I'm good at my job is just something, nothing I couldn't ask for more, you know. So I finished that placement, and then I finally got into the bank nursing straight after. So those who don't know what bank nursing is, it's kind of like a nursing assistant where you wear like the green scrubs, like a support assistant, and you just work on the ward. So I finally I've been waiting for this to go through for months. It's finally worked. Like, I've got through Hockey Health, all of that. So I've been banking now for like 6 weeks on the mental health wards that like I've worked on, so like the acute wards. And I love it. I love the patients, they love me. I just love being there. I work 12-hour days and they go so fast, and at the minute I'm doing 3 days a week. I quit my job in Tesco. I absolutely love this job, and it's so lush because I go in and people are like, oh my god, Ashton, you're working today, like my patients and my staff. And like, I take my patients to walk, I take them to play pool, I take them to Costa. I try and do things with people. Like we had pamper group yesterday and I had a face mask on. All these doctors were coming in and I was like, just doing pamper group. I just love being interactive with the patients and having a relationship with them. Like I got a few patients were discharged yesterday and like I had to hag off 2 of them because they're like, oh my god, you've just got something about you, you've helped us so much, like I don't know where I'd be without you being here. And oh my god, it's like touched me. Like I know I'm going into the right job and that's kind of like where I want to work at this moment of time. Like a treatment ward, like an acute ward I've been on, like I'm working on now, is where I want to work. So yeah, my first year of uni has been great. I much prefer the placement side compared to theory. Obviously you gotta do a theory, especially now I'm bank nursing. I'm learning so much on the job and I feel like that's vital experience. So if you are nursing, doing training to be a nurse, mental health or any other field, then I do recommend banking if you can. I've learned so much banking. Like I know how to do an ECG now and everything. Like I'm doing good. But yeah, that's why my life has been mental busy and I have literally not even had a chance to like sleep, never mind make a video. But I'm gonna get into this, guys. But yeah, if you have any questions about mental health nursing degrees and placements and all that kind of stuff, then please let me know in the comments. And if you want me to talk more about my degree or anything else, just let me know too, and see if I can comprise a video or I'll answer you in the comments. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, and I will see you next time. Peace.